Well, there's our theme music.
Hello.
I thought it had lyrics.
I thought it did.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome back, everybody.
Hey, friends.
It's John and
the
Julie.
singing mood today.
Oh, okay.
We'll hear from Lem later when it comes time for the Lemalele. Matthew's already in. He says hello. So hello, Matthew. Welcome to the Lifest live on Music City page.
Looks a little different, doesn't it, John?
It does. We are not our normal studio.
We're not in Wisconsin.
We're not in Kansas anymore. Not that we were in Kansas before, but we are not in Kansas currently. We are in Lifest Music City. We are at the home of the Storyteller Museum. And we're at the farm here. We're at the farm. We're at the museum.
In Bonacqua.
In Bonacqua, Tennessee.
And for those in Wisconsin, not Minocqua.
Do.
It's Bonacqua.
Oh, Bonacqua, yeah.
Yeah.
Which means good water.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty cool.
Yes.
People are coming in. Angie's here. Mike's here. Carol Johnson's here.
Hey, gang.
Lots of people coming in. So we normally talk about our weekend.
Right.
Our weekend was on an airplane.
I'm
flying to Tennessee.
I'm surprised we didn't end up in Kansas.
We could have. We spent enough time that we could have ended up actually in like Hong Kong or something. So we got to the airport. We flew to Detroit, and then we spent a long time in Detroit, and then we flew down to Tennessee here. But it was it was an adventure to say the least. Anyway, we're excited to be here. How's your weekend? How's your day been going there, buddy? From the Fortress of Solitude.
It's been pretty good. Edited a ton of video this weekend. Still got more to do. Played some video games.
Awesome.
Recorded the God Games and Geekery podcast.
And when will that air?
That has aired.
Well, they air every Thursday.
I'm so confused in my days right now.
It's Monday, Julie. It's Monday. It's
once
live.
a week.
We're in Tennessee. Okay.
Once actually now, Julie, just so you know, because I know that you're concerned about this because you are a diehard God Games and Geekery fan.
That's right.
We're moving that. We're changing that to once a month. More content in it, but once a month, as well as the God Games and Geekery streaming.
So what you're saying, Lem, is longer content, longer episodes, shorter smaller quantities.
Yes.
So only one episode a month, but they're going to be longer.
Yeah, they're going to be longer, and hopefully, John, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, we can get some guests coming in.
Oh, totally! I'd love to do that.
I'll do it.
I'd love to talk Marvel and DC, and
I won't talk about
Julie
that.
won't talk about that. Julie's got a different kind of geekery.
Which is why I said John.
If it was the God Games and Gardening.
I don't garden.
You more than me. Okay. Anyway, so like and share these videos. If you're on the Lifest Music City page, or if you're on the Lifest page, the non-Music City page, like these videos because something happened last week. The videos didn't work. We tried to share it. We tried to put it up there. We only got the Music City one to play. So normally we spin a wheel, thing, you win something. We're not giving that away this week simply because the share didn't work. The video didn't go. This week I checked it. That's what I was doing earlier. It's on both sides. We're excited. Everything's going good. So that lost year t-shirt, we're going to give that away.
Okay.
But we're also going to give away some meet and greet passes.
Oh, hey.
So a day of meet and greet of your choosing if you like and share this video. So like and share this video. We'll give away meet and greet passes, whether you're at Music City or at Oshkosh. We'll give away some meet and greet passes. So no wheel to spin, like and share, no board. We didn't bring it with us. It didn't fit on the plane.
No.
But yeah, so there's that.
And keep checking in. We want to keep seeing where you're from.
Lem's got it up in there. Yeah, so Brittany's working the comments. Make sure if you've got questions, go ahead and fire them away. She'll try to answer those for you. We want to move on to the thing that we do every week, which is super exciting for me. I love thanking our sponsors. We have amazing sponsors, both for Music City and for the Oshkosh event. Julie,
yes.
Who are our sponsors this week?
Well, this week we have Appleton Sign. They have been a Lifest sponsor since 2004, and some of their works include Freightert Hospital in Milwaukee, Briggs and Stratton in West Bend, and the Welcome to Little Chute sign in
Little Chute. Aw.
Yeah.
I'm from Little Chute. I live
I
in
know, that's why I added
amazing.
that in there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love Appleton Sign. They do all of our signs at the Oshkosh event. So
Mhm. Yes, thank you, Appleton Sign.
yeah.
Next up is Pathways Church in Appleton as well. They have been a Lifest sponsor since 2008, and we are partnering.
Partner shipping.
I had too much espresso. We are partnering with Pathways Church to bring the Global Leadership Summit. If you don't know what that is, check it out. It's hosted by Craig Rochelle.
Somebody's got a Craig crush over here.
A little bit, just a tiny bit. But we are happy that we are partnering with Pathways Church to bring the Global Leadership Summit for 2021. So thank you, Pathways Church. And if you are interested in becoming a sponsor for either Lifest in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, or Lifest Music City, connect with me. I'm happy to share with you all the sponsorship opportunities that we have available. So
we have everything from like little bitty sponsorships. Not that any sponsorship is small, but we have small packages that people can get all the way up to title sponsors and those types of things in both locations. So if you're in Tennessee, if you're in Oshkosh, if you want to sponsor both, we'd love to talk to you about those things.
Absolutely.
So in our Christian entertainment news, first of all, we're in Tennessee. That's news, right? That's exciting. We have an artist announcement for the Tennessee event.
I can't wait.
And he's an exciting, he's a legend of the Christian music world.
I want people to start guessing.
Do I really have to wait for people to guess?
We'll say this. He goes with his middle initial.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyone?
I think that might have been the dead giveaway. But anyway, he's a Christian music legend. He's a great friend of Lifest. He's played there many times. He is the one, the only
Michael W. Smith.
We are excited to have him Friday night in Tennessee, joining the stage with Matthew West.
Wow.
So it's going to be Matthew West, Mikey Dubs. We're like on a first name basis. It's great. I mean, I know his first name. Does that count? No. Okay.
Moving on.
We have done a lot of changes and a lot of shifting here in the post-COVID world.
Yeah.
One of those things has been the Bob Lenz podcast, the Bob Lenz Daily Devos. Julie, who's our sponsor for those this week?
Actually, for this month, we have String Swing. They are from Ontario, Wisconsin, and they make beautiful wall art.
If you want to hang a guitar, String Swing is the way to do it. I have a bunch of their wall hangers. They make guitar stands and make all kinds of cool stuff.
How many of those are in Music City area?
If you go down to Grun Guitars, there's like a million of them.
Okay.
Like they're everywhere, all over the state. Actually, what was funny, I was in Hawaii of all places. String Swing makes a ukulele holder. They're like the only company that makes a specific like for ukulele.
Lem.
Yeah, there we go. We could totally hook Lem up with one.
Yes.
And I was in Hawaii and we went to a ukulele store because they have those, and there was probably 300 of those things. And I snapped a picture of it and I sent it off to the String Swing guys. I was like, "Hey, you're in Hawaii." Anyway.
Yeah. So we want to thank String Swing for sponsoring Hope for Life devotionals with Bob Lenz.
So go ahead and play that, Lem.
It says in Matthew 6:11, "Give us this day our daily bread." I'm a self-made man. Wow. We like to take pride in being a self-made man or woman, don't we? That's why this part of the prayer is so important and many times overlooked. It's a confession that says, I can't do it on my own. We weren't made to be self-sufficient. We were made to be God-dependent. But we want to pull our own selves up by our own bootstraps and say, I can do it myself. So many people have a hard time asking for help. That's why this is called the prayer of petition. I heard it said, God helps those who help themselves, but that's not in the Bible. Don't get me wrong, a good work ethic is important, but even the ability to work comes from God. I'm going to look to you, God, for my daily needs, for food, shelter, health, everything, even my ability to breathe, for every breath comes from you.
I absolutely love those daily devotions. Don't you, Oh, you're not Julie.
No.
Whoa.
Julie's not here.
What just happened?
This is amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by our good friend BrianOxley. He's one of the guys who owns the Johnny Cash, the Hideaway Farm, formerly owned by Johnny Cash, and he owns this beautiful museum that we're in. So, Brian, you want to tell us a little bit? Tell the Lifest world a little bit about the farm and the museum and kind of how all that came about.
Okay. First, my wife and I will be the last people you would ever expect to be involved in this, because my wife grew up in Hong Kong. I grew up in Japan as a missionary kid. Really never heard of Johnny Cash until years later when we came back to the States. So, well, I finished my years in the corporate world, and I was looking for something to do, and I heard about this farm. Johnny Cash called the farm the center of his universe. And a lot of people, of course, know Johnny Cash for his beautiful music, Folsom Prison, songs he wrote. But really, at the very heart of who that man was, he was really a country boy. In fact, Marty Stewart, one of the great entertainers in this town, said, if you want to know who Johnny Cash is, listen to the song called Country Boy, because that tells you everything about him. And we found out he loved this farm. It was a private place. Some suggest he spent more time here than any place else. And instantly we came out and we fell in love with the place. We were shocked that somebody hadn't picked it up years earlier. So that's where we saw God's hand in it. And we believe it's a unique place. In Ireland, they have these this phrase, it's called thin space. It's a place where heaven and earth are just a little closer. Well, of course, that's true almost any time you walk in nature. You just know, because that's God's creation that you see. So, but it has a feel, and people come and they all say, there's something special here. And feel is a hard thing to define.
It's hard to talk about it, on video until you're there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So there we are. We're at this farm, and it's just, I think the other day when you guys came to make your presentation, and we struggled, because, we've had the virus for a year. Of course, my wife and I, we knew very little about how to run a venue. But when you guys gave your presentation, I looked at my wife and I said, now I get it. This is why this all happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was for you guys coming here at this time. I mean, I feel that way. So we're very thankful and really excited. And we know that when people come, that there's going to be a lot of excitement about especially that farm,
Well, I know the first time we were there, we got in a UTV and we went down where Johnny used to take his walk.
Right.
And there was this little picnic table where he used to go down and just read his Bible and stuff. And you get down there and it's just majestic. Like there's no other word to describe it. Right. You hear the water, you hear the river, the little babbling brooks, and it's just an amazing feeling. Like you said, there's just something about it. And for us to be there and to be able to preach the word of God on a farm that was Johnny Cash's, but more so, it's just this epic expanse of space, and just it kind of is that whole like time slows down a little bit when you're out there. Like it just kind of everything just moves a little bit different, and I'm going to be excited to see Matthew West and Michael W. Smith, Mikey Dubs, as I like to call him, sharing the gospel and sharing all of these beautiful songs. And then of course Saturday night we're gonna have Skillet just like melt everybody's faces off. It'll be great.
Well, I'm gonna add something. That place is actually a peninsula. 3 sides of it, there's these creeks, and then 3 sides of it you had these big cliffs. So it's just sort of huddled in this little valley with creeks all around. It's very beautiful.
We're planning on putting like our prayer area down there to have like kind of set up a way so people can walk down there and just have a moment with God. And I think that's going to be just amazing. So you were at our launch party. We did a little launch party where we talked about the festival coming. What excites you? What excites you personally most about having a music festival or having an event on this farm?
Well, I just turned 70, and I know the future is with the young. Now, I know there's not everybody that comes is young, but anything we can do to really create an environment for young people can look into the heavens and say, that's God created this. Anything we can do for young people, that's everything. And I think the young generation has gone through a lot of difficulties and challenges. We have grandkids, 40-year-old daughter and so forth. But, we need this, a time to be still with God, to hear beautiful music. I love music. And so I would say that's it. Just when those young people show up there, I shouldn't just say young people, the whole clan.
When everybody's there.
Yeah, when everybody's there, because I know that this is very family oriented, but when they all show up and they raise their voice to the heavens, to God, I'm going to fall apart. That's going to be a wonderful moment. What we've been dreaming about, right, Sally?
So at the farm, obviously there's the fields, but there's the house.
Yes.
And there's a very unique car that you guys have. And Lem's got a picture of it. It's the one piece at a time Cadillac. But there's more than just museum stuff. Like you guys have, like there's a recliner inside the house. It was Johnny's, and just a lot of unique things. But over here at the Storyteller Museum, tell me a little bit about. We just saw a video about the museum.
Right.
Give me the 30-second version before people go to your website and check out the video.
Okay.
When it goes up.
The amazing thing about this place is, of course, there was a stage here. Johnny Cash sang on this very stage, but there was also a man named Red, nicknamed Red, and he was one of those few independent music guys that loved all people of all races. He worked, so this place was actually known for the one place back in the 50s where Black musicians and gospel quartets could come and they were welcome. So
they'd record here,
and they recorded here. In fact, one of the groups was recorded at Tennessee State Prison is the Prisoneers, and they're those that attribute the gentleman that owned this place, recording them as being the start of Elvis Presley's career. So there's just a lot of things. Now, you should someday show them the picture. This place was on the verge of falling apart, and somehow we just knew when we saw it that this place had to be saved. And now you know the story about this place.
Yeah. It's an amazing venue. It's an amazing place to be. It'll be open. People will be able to come here during the festival. So if you come to Lifest, you'll be able to obviously tour the farm. Go, see the house that Johnny lived in when he was on the farm. There's a barn. But then this museum, it's just a mile up the road. You guys are going to be able to do it. So we're going to get a little bit, because we do funny things on the show. What is the funniest story that you've heard about the farm? What's the funniest little quip? Was there a Johnny story that's kind of funny? Or
okay, there's several. Well, there's two ponds on the farm, and Cindy Cash, Johnny's daughter, told us this story. She and a couple other the Cash family members went out to this little pond out here, and we'll make sure it's marked that way. and they were doing frogging, or I don't know. I grew up in the city. I'm sorry, but they do this thing. So they were in the pond. They came back, and Johnny Cash was upstairs, June Carter, and all of a sudden they hear this blood curl of a scream. the one girl that was brave enough to go in was covered by leeches and looked like a, and they tell stories like that. And, that's one thing about Johnny Cash that not everybody knows. He's a very humble man, but his daughter, Cindy, who we're very close to, has said he was always telling jokes. Mm-hmm. This was his place to pull back from his busy schedule, be with his kids, and tell funny jokes.
So Mark, his nephew, I think shared a story about how the farm had a phone, but June was the only one that had the number.
That's right.
And so the only time the phone would ring is if June wanted it. So the only time, if Johnny'd be like, oh, June's looking for me. So,
yeah, because it was his private getaway.
Yeah.
But, he was visited by the Carl Perkins of the world and, all the guys he worked with. We have pictures of Waylon Jennings there on the porch. And, this is where some of those guys hung out with Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for hanging out. Thanks for your time. Thanks for opening the doors to this place for us tonight and for partnering with us on the festival. You can go to storytellermuseum.com. Storytellers. Lem's got the link up there somewhere. You can go to storytellersmuseum.com. It's Oxvision is the video.
Yeah, Oxvision Films on YouTube.
Oxvision Films on YouTube, and you can see the amazing stories.
220 videos we have up right now.
Awesome. Well, Brian, thank you so much for hanging out. And
thank you for all those behind the scenes. I've heard the stories, the hard work that has to happen for this to happen. So thank you, all of you, for what you're doing.
Yeah, so we have almost 700 volunteers that it takes to put on.
That's amazing.
That it's going to take to put on this festival. Yeah. So, as Julie comes back up, we're going to go into our closing segment. You guys know it. You guys love it. It's called Lemalele. We've been talking to Julie. We did not bring our Bean Boozled this time. So as Julie makes her way back up here, our friends at Rock the Flock sponsor this. So the way this works, Lem plays the ukulele.
Stop.
What?
We did not bring the Bean Boozle?
No.
I won.
So Julie's already
won this week.
Julie's already won. I think the loser has to buy the winner Chick-fil-A. I think that's how this is going to go down. Because that's our other bet. That's the other thing that we do.
Okay.
So our friends at Rock the Flock sponsor this. Lem will be playing the ukulele. He'll be singing the song on the kazoo. And the first person to guess it wins. The second person buys the other person Chick-fil-A. If nobody gets it, if someone in the comments wins, let me know and we'll send you a little lovely Lifest care package. So if someone in Lifest wins, if somebody on the comments wins, we'll send them a care package.
Can we push this over till next week if someone in the comments wins? Like, can they then choose you next week to eat the Jelly Belly?
No. If they win, we'll do that.
Try so hard.
Lem, you're a little hot. That's better.
Okay.
All right. So, are there any clues this week? There we go.
It's one of the first songs I ever learned on the ukulele, and I don't remember the chords, so I have to look at the chords.
Okay, which is fair because they can't see that you're looking at the chords.
Yeah. Okay. And this is a song that everybody guesses wrong.
Ooh.
Well, that's me.
Everybody
guess it. They guess it wrong. It's similar to another song when you hear it, but they guess wrong.
So the first song that pops into my head, I'm gonna have to go with the second song. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Probably.
Okay.
All right. Ready, set, go.
Don't worry, be happy.
Nope.
Another chance. Don't worry, be happy.
Born on Blondes.
No,
it's Born on Blondes. No, that's what it is. And when I'm lying in bed, just to bring you all out. What's up? What's up with Born on Blondes?
Hey! What's up, my four non-blondes? Yes. Angie, no.
One Love by Bob Marley, Matthew guessed. That was not it either.
That was not it.
All right, so
Like
I'm
I
feeling
said,
good.
everybody guesses Don't Worry, Be Happy to begin with because it's so similar.
It's the same basic.
Wow.
Same basic chord progression. Yeah.
So Chick-fil-A on Julie.
Yeah, I'm buying
Um,
for just John.
so okay, so now
Hey.
I owe Lucas Chick-fil-A from the Bible trivia, so you can just buy Lucas Chick-fil-A, and then that just closes the whole loop down.
All right, fine.
Yeah. So
hey, John,
And Lem still
Yes,
gets
in
nothing.
the comments.
Yes.
What one?
I said, and Lem still gets nothing.
Anyway. In the comments, people are asking dates for Lifest, both of them.
Lifest Oshkosh is July 9th through 12th. Lifest Music City is July 29th through July 31st.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and I see Brittany's got it covered there. Sorry,
Awesome.
when Brian was up here talking, I wasn't really watching the comments because I wanted to
I got you covered.
hear Brian. So, gigging frogs, I don't know what that means. That's the game they were talking about with Brian. I don't know, but apparently they were covered with leeches. So there will be no swimming in the ponds at Lifest Music City. Yeah. So to sum up, we've got Matthew West and Michael Dubbs on Friday night.
There's some overlap with Oshkosh and Music City, and that was based on artist
Availability.
exactly.
So we have Matt Marr and Matthew West and
Mhm.
Oshkosh. We have Michael W. Smith and Matthew West in Music City. Newsboys United is in Oshkosh. Newsboys is down here. Skillet's up there. Skillet's down here. Zach Williams is in Oshkosh, and Danny Goki's in Music City.
So tell you what, Wisconsin.
Just go to the website.
Well, that and just buy your tickets for both
Just come to
Oshkosh and Music
both.
City.
Tennessee and Wisconsin should both come to both.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wisconsinites like to travel.
And, it'll be nice down here. You can bring your cheese curds. You can camp at both locations. Camping is available. Also, volunteers, wanted to give you a heads up on the volunteer thing. You can volunteer for Music City already. Spots are starting to get gobbled up. So make sure you, if you want to volunteer, you can earn a free ticket and you can come to the festival for free. It'll be amazing. If you want to go to the Oshkosh event, volunteer page will be going up February 1. So, yeah, you can volunteer for Oshkosh starting February 1st. So, just want to thank everybody for coming. Our lovely sponsors, Appleton Sign and Pathways Church with the GLS.
Mhm.
Love String Swing and the Bob Lenz Devos. And Mikey Dubbs is coming to Lifest Music City.
And thank you to the Storytellers Museum for hosting us tonight and letting us use the stage.
It is cool to sit on a stage that Johnny Cash performed on.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
As a guy who loves Johnny Cash music and grew up on Elvis Presley and stuff, to be on these properties. My grandmother always had Johnny Cash or Elvis Presley playing. It was always fun to listen, and to see the history and to see how all this came together. It's going to be a real treat when we come down to Tennessee in July and see everybody come together and do this thing. So,
all right. Well, I hope everybody has a good week.
Yeah. Remember, everybody, for Brittany doing the comments, for Lem in his Fortress of Solitude, for Julie, for everybody at the Storytellers Museum. My name is John. Make sure you stay safe and wash your hands.